Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are going back to school. Yes, we're going to take a look at social media. Welcome to class Social Media 101 at the University of Hansen Secondary School and your teachers, Mr. Blackwood and Mr. Richer. All right, so we're going to take a look at social media, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to take a look at what exactly social media is. Now, social media kind of gets a bad rap at times, so we're really going to try and break down what exactly social media is, how it can be used, why you might use it, how to apply social media to your classroom, what are some tips when using social media, and where can you go for further information. So how many of you are sitting there right now wondering, why the heck do I want to learn about social media? Go on. Raise your hand. I'll wait. Yeah, I can see them. Right? Yes, social media has created quite the divide amongst individuals. Some of you have embraced it. Some of us have feared it. A lot of this division has come about because social media has become a part of our lives so quickly. It's being thrust upon us. It's being thrust upon society. And we don't really have the time or the patience or the understanding to really process its impact. So, what I'm going to try and do is illustrate what it is and what it can be. And believe me, I also understand that there are various hazards to using it, and there's various fears out there. So we have Twitter, Google+, Facebook, Pinterest, and a ton of other social media applications, all with one purpose in mind: connectivity. It has allowed businesses, people, governments, and educators, yes, even teachers, to connect with people in more efficient and effective ways. It has made it so that we can easily gather our information from various news sources around the world. It's allowed us to waste hours upon hours of time. It's allowed us to show what is happening in countries where governments are oppressive. And it has allowed us to share our experiences, our insights, our opinions, and both good and bad, and connect with both strangers and friends. What social media is, it has provided a medium. It has given us a voice to a very large global conversation. As mentioned, social media allows you to add your voice to a global conversation. How you do so is really up to which social media platform you use. There is everything from expressing yourself to networking with others, to adding content to the conversation, to producing products, to identifying your place, to playing games, both social and casual, to really more advanced games out there. But no matter what you use, it's adding your voice to that conversation, and the possibility is that you're adding your student's voice to that conversation. So why would you use social media? Well, again, it allows you to connect with others around the world. It gives your students potentially, or yourself, an audience. Like-minded individuals who are adding to the same conversation you're adding to. It provides you with a medium that you can engage with both your students, and your students can engage with you, or again with classes all over the world. Imagine this: you can run a lesson in your class talking about something that's happening on the other side of the world, and connect with another class in that country and talk about what they're seeing. It allows you to acquire knowledge in more effective ways, that you don't have to be the only distributor of that information. Your students can access that information using social media. And it provides you with some marketing, a brand. And for our students, it provides them with that idea that they are a brand. And I know I don't mean to get it all business on you, but they have to recognize that they are a brand, and that when they leave high school here and they go to university, college, or out there in the workplace, they have to have a brand, and that brand better have a positive image attached to it. So there are 100 different uses of social media that you can use in your classroom. However you apply social media to your classroom will make sense to you. It will make sense to the task that you're trying to accomplish. I do preface all of these with, don't do these just for the sake of doing them. Do so with purpose. It's like any activity you do in your classroom. You don't do it just for the sake of it. There's learning attached to it, and that's really what you want to do. But I mean, you can hold those Q&A sessions online. Right? You can have your own students hold online discussions. Create an online group for each class where they can collaborate and share. Encouraging your students to networking with individuals around the world about various issues or various subjects. Right? Have your students create a blog and keep track of their experiences, with regards to, an experiment in science class or a event that's going on around the world. You can provide instructional videos using social media. You can curate resources and provide that to your students, or your students can do that for you. You can post status updates and events so you can, again, share what's going on with the class. You can become a news source for course-related information. Connect with other classes, write a report, role-play important persons and their opinions, hold discussions with industry professionals, facilitate research, or engage with parents. And I think that's really important. This is a new medium, and there's all sorts of different uses that you were doing before social media. So it's no different. It's just making it more efficient and potentially effective. But no matter what you're going to use social media for, there are 5 things that I think you need to remember. Create, don't just consume. Don't just consume various other sources and connections and things like that using social media. Create, add to the conversation. Show your students how to add to the conversation, and don't just resubmit links to various different sources. You're not adding your voice. Keep at it. It's not something that you're going to pick up right away. The first time you log into Twitter, for example, you're probably going to say, there's no point. There's no way I'm going to get into this. But if you keep at it and really see the possibilities, I guarantee that you will become absorbed with it. Share your thoughts and opinions as well, right? You want to add to that conversation, and you have opinions and you have thoughts. Your students will appreciate that as well. Keep it professional. Yes, the one thing that I could say that's most important to both students and especially educators, you got to keep it professional, right? Social media is amazing because it is transparent, but because it's transparent, if inappropriate things are said on there, it's going to come back to you. You want to keep it professional because you also want to make sure that you demonstrate, that you model appropriate digital citizenship. And I think that's very important in our day and age. And you want to create your brand. Right? If you are interested in something, maybe it's that you are a math teacher, a science teacher, an English teacher, then use that as part of your brand. Only talk about those various sources of information or add opinions and thoughts to those. You can kind of branch out, but you want to keep a brand in terms of what you are all about. Social media is becoming more and more a part of our students' lives, and whether we are going to embrace it and use it and really become part of that social media revolution, it's really up to the individual. But here's what I suggest. Do a little research on your own. There's various amazing educators out there that are using social media for really good ideas and activities and sharing their opinions on it. And I think one of those sources of where you can go and gather this information is Twitter. Believe me, Twitter is an amazing tool, and if you get on there and you start connecting with others, you'll start seeing the possibilities that exist. Peel is also doing a huge push towards digital citizenship, obviously, technology integration, and yes, social media. And Peel 21st, you'll want to check that out as well. Edudemic, it's an amazing online website for everything education and technology related, and they have a great amount of sources for social media. Various online technology magazines like PC Mag as well provides a lot of information. One of the sites that I came across as well was Guardian. The newspaper has a social media teacher guide. It's a great source of information. So before you get into it, I think it might be a great idea is to check out what's out there, how to use it, and then decide whether or not you want to become part of it. All right. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.